There is a city that never sleeps. But here, the restless hours are not filled with the hum of nightlife or the glow of neon lights. Instead, the city is wrapped in a tense silence, broken only by the distant echoes of conflict. Not from excitement, but from terror. This city is Gaza. As darkness falls, fear settles in, and every face tells a story of anxiety and uncertainty. Its nights are shattered by explosions, not music or laughter. The sky flashes with sudden bursts of light, each one a reminder of the danger that lurks just beyond the horizon. The ground trembles, safety is a memory, and sleep is a risk few can afford. Families huddle together, hoping the walls around them will hold, while children cling to their parents, wide-eyed and sleepless. Once, Gaza's nights echoed with the sea, prayer, and children's laughter. There was a time when the city's evenings were filled with hope, with the simple joys of family and community. Now those sounds are ghosts, drowned by the drone of aircraft and the roar of bombs. The peaceful melodies of the past have been replaced by the relentless noise of war machines circling overhead. Darkness is no longer peaceful. It's a shroud hiding devastation, not pain. The city's power outages leave families in pitch black, where every shadow can bring new fear. Every shadow tells a story of loss, every blast another family torn apart. Grief lingers in the air, and memories of happier times are all that remain for many. People lie awake, listening for the whistle of shells, trapped in a battle for survival. Sleep is a luxury, and every moment of rest is haunted by the threat of sudden violence. In Gaza, closing your eyes is an act of defiance. To dream is to resist despair, to hope for a dawn that brings peace instead of more destruction. The city's sleeplessness is a cry for the world to finally see its suffering. In every sleepless night, Gaza calls out for compassion, for understanding, and for the hope that one day it too may rest. In Gaza, time is measured not in days, but in lives lost. The calendar is marked by the rising count of the dead, over 59,000 and climbing. Each number is a name, a life erased. Homes, memories, and entire histories vanish in a flash. For the displaced, time is a loop of fleeing and searching for safety that never comes. Seasons and celebrations are meaningless when hunger and loss define every day. The only dates remembered are those of tragedy, the day a loved one was killed, a home destroyed. Gaza's people are losing not just their lives and homes, but their connection to time itself. Their calendar is written in blood and tears, growing longer with every soul counted. Imagine your very first sound in life is not a gentle lullaby, but the deafening roar of a fighter jet overhead. For many children in Gaza, this is not a nightmare. They are born into a world where war is their first memory, and fear is their constant companion. This is the daily reality for Gaza's children, a generation whose innocence is stolen before they can even speak. Their childhoods are marked not by laughter and play, but by the sounds of explosions and the sight of destruction all around them. Playgrounds, once places of joy, are now twisted ruins. Fear is ever present, and these children learn to recognize the sound of bombs before they ever learn to read or write. Their games are interrupted by sirens, their dreams haunted by violence. Mothers and fathers do everything they can to shield their children, wrapping them in love and hope. But even the strongest embrace cannot protect against the relentless violence that shatters their world. Every goodbye carries the weight of uncertainty. Every trip outside is a risk that may change a family forever. The simple act of leaving home becomes an act of courage. Parents dig through rubble with trembling hands, searching for survivors, dreading what they might find. The fear of loss is a shadow that never leaves. This is not a scene from a movie. These are real families, real children, living through a nightmare that never seems to end. Trauma is etched into every flinch, every tear, every silent stare. The scars of war are not just physical. They are deep within the hearts and minds of these children. Gaza's children are not just statistics or numbers in a report. They are a generation being systematically traumatized, their futures shaped by violence and loss. Their pain is real, their loss is permanent, and their childhoods are forever changed by the horrors they witness. We must see them as human beings, not just images on a screen. Their stories deserve to be heard, their suffering acknowledged, and their hope for peace remembered. For over 20 months, Gaza has endured siege and bombardment. The world has watched, but too often responded with silence. This silence is a wall, built of politics, inaction, and averted eyes. Essential aid is blocked, while disease and starvation spread. A joint statement from nations demanding an end to the war came only after tens of thousands had died. Why did it take so long? The delay is measured in lost lives. This is not just a regional conflict, it's a test of our shared humanity. The silence implicates us all, forcing hard questions about law, justice, and compassion. Gaza's people fight not just for survival, but against the world's indifference. The consequences of silence have been lethal. Gaza does not want pity. Pity is passive and fleeting. It is a feeling that comes and goes, leaving little behind but a momentary ache. What the people of Gaza truly seek is something far deeper and more lasting. The people of Gaza demand justice, dignity, and the right to live free from fear. They want to walk their streets without the constant threat of violence, to raise their children in safety, and to build a future with hope. They ask for the siege to end, for the bombs to stop, for accountability for war crimes. They want the world to recognize their suffering, but more importantly, to act so that suffering does not continue. They want to be seen not as a humanitarian problem, but as a nation with rights. They are teachers, doctors, artists, and children with dreams, deserving of respect and opportunity. This is a demand for equality, not charity. It is a call for the world to recognize their humanity and to stand with them in their struggle for justice. We can choose to act, to amplify silenced voices, to hold leaders accountable. Each of us has the power to make a difference, no matter how small it may seem. Ignorance is a choice. We have the tools to share the truth. In a world connected by technology, we can no longer claim we do not know. Be the voice for those who cannot speak. Stand up for justice and let your compassion move you to action. Demand action, not empty words. Real change comes when we refuse to look away and insist on accountability. This is not about sides. It's about humanity. It is about standing together for what is right, regardless of borders or backgrounds. The people of Gaza ask for freedom. The least we can do is lend them our voice and ensure their call for justice is heard around the world.